what we've seen from Hebrew Bible to between the Testaments to all the way through the New Testament, we've seen a God who does not exhibit any indication of change. And indeed, when we start looking at the Bible for the nature of God, we find many, not a couple like I've put here on this slide, but many examples where God tells us in various ways, I am Yahweh, I do not change, I don't mutate. Human beings might, the rest of nature might be in a constant state of change, but He is immutable. He does not change. His nature, His basic character traits do not morph. They don't change over time and with the passing of various time periods. Now, in the book of Hebrews, just took an example from the Hebrew Bible, now from the New Testament. In the book of Hebrews, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Many of us know these passages by heart. That's one of the reasons why I chose them. But I chose to put these passages up simply to remind us that the God of the Hebrew Bible, the God of the intertestamental period, the God of the New Testament period, is the same God today. And this same God who's wanting to expand His kingdom, wanting to demonstrate His kingly rule, as well as to bring more people under His rule as the great King. This God who is a God who is merciful and compassionate, and a God whose nature doesn't change. This God is the same today as well. And so in a time when we find ourselves getting bad news from either the television or from Facebook or whatever, and we're hearing that some that we even know, some people who are very close to us, that they've contracted COVID, that they're struggling, they're in the hospital. Of all times in my lifetime, this is a time that I've found it important to spend time with God in prayer. And this is not just marking time. It's not just a, quote, good deed. The God of the Bible, you can pick your place, the God of history, Hebrew Bible, between the Testaments, New Testament period, He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. With everybody, politicians and every business and Wall Street and what have you, everybody's constantly moving the goalposts in our lives. It's a really neat thing to know that we have a target that doesn't change. His goalpost doesn't move. He's never baiting and switching. He's not a God who's morphing and changing, and He's one way one day, maybe one way another day, but this is a God who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. This is a God who declares He's Yahweh, and because He's Yahweh, part of His nature is immutability. I do not change. That's the kind of God that we pray to today when we find out that there are people in need that we know about. Some folks, maybe even in our own families, people who are in desperate need of a touch from God. The same God who was having hands laid upon and who was imparting blessing and empowerment and healing in the Hebrew Bible, between the Testaments and in the New Testament, that God is the same today. And you can call out to Him, and you can expect Him to hear your prayers, be moved to compassion by the situations that you present before Him. And He is a God who has the power to do something about it. He delights to do that.